heed them. I'm taking over a TV network.
Finish up, honey, and get to sleep.
Sam hasn't read the manual.
Look up into the southern sky where it played dark night, and a galaxy just west of Orion's belt. You may glimpse the Barcode Nebula, a hazy collection of stars many light years away. You may think it looks serene and peaceful. I've been meaning to do this one for quite some time now. It's the eponymous Barcode Battler, everybody's favourite alternative to the Game Boy and the Game Gear, which was out at about the same time. I actually had one of these in my youth. I looked forward to this very much so for my Christmas, and I actually feel quite sad for saying this, but I actually enjoyed playing this. It's... how can I explain it? For people who don't know what this is, we'll get into more detail as to what it is, but it involves around cutting little squares out of everything in the kitchen. Find all the products in the kitchen and cut all the barcodes out, and use them on the machine and swap them with your friends. Unfortunately, I had no friends with which to swap them with because nobody else was as sad as me. It's hard to explain this thing. Well, we'll get to it eventually when we get inside, but you can create powerful wizards and warriors and power-ups using the medium normally reserved for bored supermarket till operators to tell you the price of Brussels sprouts, and then pit them against thinly guised statistics that are supposed to be monsters. Let's have a look at the box. What have we got here? Sacred keys made from register stone. What is a register stone? I never knew. Apparently it crystallises time. It's been stolen, and you've got to find the keys and turn the mysterious powers against the forces of evil. Yeah. What have we got on here? That's the preview of all of the cards that you get in the box there. You've got some of the monsters that you have to fight, some of your power-ups, and then some of the wizards and warriors that you get inside the box of your own. Requires batteries, yes, we kind of gathered that. I wonder if anyone's actually tried to use the barcode that's actually on the box. I may actually give that a try and see what happens. And then we've got the unit itself, and then the gumph. Apparently it's the totally unique game where you could create and control your own superheroes. I suppose it does. Barcode Battler transforms barcodes you find in an everyday product of great wizards and warring warriors. Or it could be the other way around into great warriors and warring wizards. Every barcode is different, so you never know where it might be. A warrior, a wizard, an incredible weapon, or nothing at all. Invariably, as memory serves me, most of the barcodes that I actually used either involved nothing at all or something really, really bad. Using your tactical skills, you can fight your friends, warriors and wizards in a quest to discover who has created the greatest superhero, or more often than not, who could get away with cutting as many barcodes out of the things in the kitchen that your mother would let you get away with, and then you might actually get something. Alternatively, you could join the commerce conflict, an epic struggle of good versus evil, where the battle against the computer supervillains and the fight to save the bark, blah 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 blah. I'm not even going to read that. That's just the whole bollocks background to the whole thing. Right, I don't think there's anything else in the box that we could use. There's a picture of the unit, the same thing about the register stone, some of the cards. No, there's nothing else on here. I mean, it looks interesting in the sense of, you know, you've got all these cards and there's some cool pictures on it. The main thing that killed it off, I mean, look at it. Look, that's the main thing there. They make no attempt to hide the screenshot of it there. And that is the game. That is it. Numbers. Right, let's take a look inside. Right, this is the inside of the box. You have lots of polystyrene. Oh, and yours falling out. We've got the instruction booklet. We have your personal battle manual, which is an amusing read in itself, which we'll come to shortly. You have the unit. You have all of the cards and more cards. Let's go and have a look at this properly. Let's just angle it down a bit so I can see what we're looking at. There we go, back to a more traditional one. Right. There's the unit. Cards. And the amusing manuals. Silvery. This tells you everything you ever wanted to know about your Barcode battler, but were afraid to ask. That's basically the extent of all the graphics you're ever going to get on the screen. It says a lot about it. How to insert your batteries, how to scan a barcode, what not to do, what buttons to press. I love the way they had to accentuate the battle button to make it look more exciting. What else have we got on here? Teaching you how to cut the barcodes and everything and leave little holes in everything. And please, obviously, remember to take care when using those scissors. Yes, and that was the one that always got me. Some barcodes contain nothing at all. You may need to try many before you find the ultimate. I never found the ultimate. Until recently, that is. But we'll get to that in a minute. Telling you all about your warriors and your wizards. How to use all of your survival points and magic. What else have we got in here? Yeah, that's telling you about the single player game, which we'll get to soon. Battling against the computer cards. Saving tips to remember. And then what to do if you manage to win the game, as in you can go against the monster cards that are in the box. And then that guy that looks like Captain America's cheap cousin. Right, the battle manual always amuses me. This was basically, the battle manual was based on the single player game. Now each of the levels of the single player game had a number of monsters for you to fight. Although we said monsters, they were simply just higher and higher levels of statistics on the screen. But the battle manual had a hang on. It's Yoda. What's Yoda doing in here? He's a blatant rip-off. Anyway, yeah, each of the monsters was given a name and some statistics and a little bit of blurb about them. Some of them look, well, they amuse me really. Some of them have got some silly names, some of them have got some silly descriptions, and some of them are just blatantly copying a few other things. He's not trying to be a holy war. Let's have a look. Jarhad. What it says about him. I'm looking at the wrong one. That's the Patriot. There he is. Jarhad would be a great warrior if he didn't take everything so seriously. So personally, sorry. Tell him he looks like the back end of an interstellar warp bus, and for some reason he gets all upset. That's class. What else have we got on here? The Advisor. What's that? Never assume victory until you have beaten the mean machine with its thermonuclear shoulder pads. Many have underestimated Advisor, but few have lived to tell a tale. You can't beat having a pair of thermonuclear shoulder pads. What else have we got on here? Hey, there's one named after us there, Cortex. Cortex will analyse your capabilities and then attack your weak points with pinpoint accuracy. He's also incredibly boring and never stops talking about his collection of pickled brains. We might have to put him as a background image on our channel. What else have we got on here? These are quite funny, these. The Surgeon. Dum-dum. Lampstand. I love lamp. Yes, of course I do. He may appear reasonably easy to defeat and have appalling taste in hearts, but it's rumoured that he possesses the capability to regenerate life power at crucial moments. Lampstand. Doesn't he look awesome? Focus on lampstand. Focus on the lamp. Nope, doesn't want to focus on the lamp. Look, we've got one there called Haha. That's what we're doing here. Nightstake, Skull, Harry Kerr. A brave fighter but a clumsy swordsman. Harry's been known to trip and fall on his sword more than once. Well, with a name like Harry Kay, you would expect it. Dead good. I wonder if he's supposedly good. The big bucket-headed monster may be bad, but he's very brave. Always one of the very first onto battlefield, or into battle. Smiling. He's the boss, apparently. All the ones with the HH on are all bosses. What else have I got? Sigh your prayers. I'm not going to say anything about that one. Sir. Yes. Woolly Warhead. Silly names. Mean Genie Mask. He looks a bit like what does he look like? Who does he remind you of? From Mask. He looks like that guy who used to ride the helicopter. The bad guy from Venom. Can't remember his name. I'll probably come to me or somebody will put it in the comments. What else have we got? The Beast. I wonder if he's a beast. Vandal. Scallywag. Not the most powerful of opponents, but definitely one of the strangest looking. Don't underestimate the Scallywag. I can spend hours looking at all these. I'm just seeing what else we've got here. Main Man. Munch. Icky. I want to know who came up with these names. Orf. I like that one. Orf. What is it? Orf is a great friend of Fester. It is probably because Orf got shot in the nose a couple of eras ago and has absolutely no sense of smell. If he did, he might have the occasional bath himself. But yes, this goes all the way up to 4 eras, and they get progressively harder. Or more likely, the stats on the screen of your Barcode Battler just get progressively higher and higher, and you've got to keep up with it. Discman, how 90s is that? And then you've got to face, not Slurp, where's he gone? Boss Tank. He's the main boss man, he's the one you've got to beat. I never managed to get there. Something called Dr. Pepper there. Blatant copywriting there. Be warned, Dr. Pepper is hot stuff in battle. His defense is supreme, his tactics brilliant, and his attacks deadly. Yeah, that's lovely. Cyber Sand, Cool Blade. But yeah, that's the battle manual. Details all of the. It just gives you a little bit of blurb on each of the set of stats that you want on your screen, rather than just staring at a set of stats. It gives you a name and a background and a general difficulty level to go with them. It doesn't really add anything to the game, but I remember it, for me, if it wasn't for this, the game would have been even more boring. Yes. So then we've got the cards. What have we got here? These are the blank ones for putting your own barcodes on. These are the big boss characters. These are the ones essentially that you have to beat. Oh, there's Yoda. Yay! He's a blatant copy of Yoda, obviously. Then you have power-ups. It's Beast. Well, he's yellow. And he's called Beast Feast. Some of these were a little bit... Somebody had run out of ideas, I think, when doing these. There's Jam Bam. I don't know who the hell came up with these names. Cool Candy with the flaming hand. Razor Fist, obviously. Someone was trying to copy Wolverine there. Jawbreaker with a big ball for a head. Mega Blast. Oh, there he is. There's Captain America's cheap cousin. There he is. These are the spells. These are the spells. This is like a quick reference card for playing. And never underestimate the power of F9. Blank one, blank, blank, blank. If you actually had enough too many barcodes and you actually ran out of these things, you kind of had to make your own ones of these as well. More bad guys. Dokun, Drew, Air Dragon, Resodon. I've already had these ones. And there's the cards. Okay, let's move over. And this is the unit itself. It's actually a lot smaller than I remember as being a child, obviously because I had a lot smaller hands. And you've got your one-off. Oops, I don't know. Select start. Your little LED readouts on there. And yeah, well, let's put it this way, if you're only playing the game on your own, you're only going to ever use these two. You'd only ever use these two if it was a 2-player game. I never found anybody who actually wanted to play a 2-player game of this with me, and that's the barcode reader itself there. And there was a little interesting thing here. I only just recently found out what this was for, thanks to the wonders of the internet. I originally thought it was some sort of headphone board, but from what when I was doing research into it, would have found out that's actually an expansion port for a Super Famicom, because apparently in Japan they released Famicom games for this thing, which I would have been intrigued to see. Apart from that, there's no other outputs on it. I'm sure there was a power port in it somewhere. Obviously I was wrong. It's just batteries only and a sound on off button there. So yeah, that's the basics of the unit. Let's try and have a go with this thing. Alright, so this is the unit itself. This is the Barcode Battler. Let's get this thing Right, so if I remember rightly from perusal of the manual and from memory serves me, there was 3 modes: C0, C1 and C2. C0 was playing against your friends, if you had any who actually wanted to play this game. C1 was the single player game where you fought the amusing monsters in the book, and C2 was where you fought these silly monsters, the ones on the cards, but you had to build up your power in C1 mode before you could fight them in C2. So just as a way of example, just to show you how the thing works, we're going to do C2. We're going to fight some overly powered monsters. Right, so you're supposedly supposed to pick a warrior and a wizard. We're going to have fake Captain America for our warrior. In you go. There we go. How powerful is he? Not very powerful. Right, let's find a wizard. Wizard. Where's Chief Wolverine? There's Chief Wolverine. There we go. Okay, so there's our warrior and our wizard. Right, so we're going to find somebody to fight against. Shall we have Crabman? Where's Crabman? I'm going to put him down. I can't find Crabman. There he is, Crabman. As you can see, he's a hell of a lot more powerful than me, and you can watch me get my ass kicked. So we can either go for the warrior or the wizard. It doesn't matter which one we choose, we're going to get absolutely butt kicked. We'll go with the warrior. Power input. Let's find some power. This is where you would use your power-up cards. Something that might actually help. I don't think any of them will. We'll go for the sword, even though he's got his own weapons. Right. Gives me 500 extra attack, bringing me up to the grand total of 1600 against 8900. I'm going to get my ass kicked. And these little lights telling you whose go it is. It's my go, so I get the first attack. Yeah, let's see how quickly I can do lots of damage to him. Attack! 200. He's only got 36,700 left. Now he's going to hit me in the face. That's my warrior dead. Do I get to fight with my wizard? Yay! Okay, what can I do? We're gonna give myself some extra life, even though it won't make any difference whatsoever. We use the wonderful life crystals. Who gets to go first? Oh, he gets to go first. I'm dead. Ooh, look, a super hit as well. Well, that was a short-lived battle. But normally you're supposed to build up the power in the C1 mode before you fight the monsters in the C2. I don't think I've ever actually beaten those monsters. Yes, we're done. No, we don't want to start again. So yeah, that's the basis of a match where you die hideously. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to do something that I could never do as a kid. I want to actually beat the C1 mode. Yeah, and now I'm going to beat all of the monsters in the box. Now through the magic of cutting and editing, I might be able to show you the edited highlights of doing this, because it's something that I never got to do as a child, and I kind of want to do it now. So let's do it. Okay, so prepare for the power that is attempting to beat the C1 mode. Okay, so we need to choose who we're going to use for this. Let's find me a warrior. Let's find the strange ball-headed chap. Scanning it. Not very powerful. Where's the fire-handed woman? There she is. Fire-handed woman. So we're not very powerful. That'll do. Start with Era 1 and Level 1. This is who we're going up against. Now we're going to choose whether we want to fight this warrior here with our warrior or our wizard. We're going to go for our wizard, the fire-handed one. Let's put some power in. Okay, so we could use things like the sword or the infrared glass. I don't know. But we're going to use the power of Wang Slap. Everybody so we've considerably boosted ourselves up. This is what I mean when you find a powerful barcode. Okay, so we're going to beat the living snot out of this guy. Oh, we're going to miss. Let's go and test it back again. He's done 100 damage to me. Right, I'm going to use the power of magic. Select my magic. What spell shall we use? Where's my reference card? Okay, these are my reference spells. Shall we use the power of F2? Yes, we shall cast F2. Which means I do more power. And I miss again. That's quite ridiculous. Okay, no, I'm not. I've got 33,000 health. 200 damage. Right, shall we try that again? Magic. Power of F2. Right, be dead. Thank you, 44,600. I think you're dead. And we get some power-ups. And who's next? Number 3. How powerful are you? Wizard again. Prepare for the wang slap. Haha. Or not. God. Thank you. Right. One the good thing about our wang slap power, it reduces their health, gives us more health, attack and defense, and allows us to keep our health at the end of the combat. How cool is that? Oh look, he's trying to reduce my attack. Be dead. It was. Cue the inspirational music.
Test your might. Test your might. Excellent. Test your might. Test your might. Fight.
So there we go, we finished the game. And I could have got angry with it, and I could have said, that's an awful ending screen. But to be honest, I wasn't expecting anything less. And, you know, in some ways I've achieved a boyhood dream that I could never have achieved as a 12-year-old. It's been done, and I'm not going to get angry about it, but dear God. Finn, good. Yes, of course, brilliant ending. Anyway, should I destroy this thing? Well, to be honest, I've got a bit of a soft spot for this thing because of the amount of time that I spent and how much I wanted it when I was a child. I can't destroy it. I love you. We managed to finish it, but only with the power of Wang Slap. Anyway, in conclusion, the initial concept behind this thing, you know, it's an interesting one. It was really popular in Japan, but a massive flop over here because Western audiences, you know, they had the likes of the Game Boy and the Game Gear, and, you know, this thing just didn't really appeal to anybody, and I guess you had to have a pretty good imagination to play it, and you know, a little bit of interest in probably in stats and top trumps and role-playing games, but that was me at that age, and it appealed to me, and I played it, and I played it, and I played it. And I look back on it and I think, Jesus Christ, did I spend a lot of time on it. Anyway, but it's an interesting concept. It could have been a lot better if they'd have introduced some better graphical interfaces for it. It might have worked a bit better, but as it is, it just doesn't work. So because of the fact that I have a soft spot, and, you know, it works for what it is, you know, you can't really argue with it. It does what it's supposed to do, but it just doesn't do it very well. But it's an everlasting reminder of a piece of early 90s tech that could have been a hell of a lot better than it was.
I'm taking over a TV network.
Finish up, honey, and get to sleep.
Sam hasn't read the manual.